All right, so today we're going deep, diving headfirst into something that I think a lot of us find pretty intriguing. Top performing equity mutual funds.
Yeah, it's one of those things everyone wants to know about.
Exactly. Everyone wants to know the secret sauce.
Right.
So we've got this excerpt. It's called Top Performing Equity Mutual Funds.
Yeah.
Very straightforward.
Straight to the point.
Yeah. But what we're going to do here is we're going beyond just the rankings.
Absolutely.
We really want to understand what makes these funds tick, right? What's going on under the hood?
Yeah, and I think the first thing to really emphasize is, there's no single list.
Right.
Like, these are the top funds, end of story. It's just not that simple.
It's much more nuanced than that.
Exactly, because a fund's performance, it can vary so much over time.
Of course, yeah.
And it depends on all sorts of things, market conditions, the fund's specific strategy, the manager.
It's really like a whole ecosystem, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. So looking beyond just simple rankings is super important.
So you just touched on something that I think is a great starting point. Strategy.
Right.
The excerpt mentions different types of equity funds, and I think for a lot of us, that's where it gets a little fuzzy.
Yeah, it can be.
So can you break down those different strategies for us? Like, what are we even talking about when we say growth versus, say, a value fund?
Sure. So let's start with growth funds. They typically invest in companies that are expected to grow at a much faster rate than the market average.
So like up-and-coming companies, startups, that sort of thing.
Exactly. Think of like cutting-edge tech companies, maybe even some you haven't even heard of yet.
So higher risk, but potentially higher reward.
Yeah, exactly. Because, some of these companies might skyrocket, but some might fizzle out.
Yeah, makes sense.
Now, on the other side, we have value funds.
Okay.
They focus on companies that are considered, undervalued by the market.
Interesting.
So these are often companies that have been around for a while.
Like established companies?
Exactly. With solid financials, maybe they're just overlooked at the moment.
So they might not have that flashy, explosive growth potential, but they're more stable.
Yeah, more of a slow and steady wins the race approach.
Gotcha. So it sounds like choosing between those two is all about how much risk you're comfortable with.
That's a big part of it, yeah. Like, how okay are you with your investments potentially going up or down in value?
Like, if you're really averse to losing money, maybe a value fund's more your speed.
Exactly.
And then the excerpt also mentions sector-specific funds.
Right.
So what's going on with those?
So those are funds that focus on one particular industry.
Okay.
So say you're really bullish on healthcare or technology.
Or, I don't know, renewable energy.
Exactly. You could invest in a fund that specializes in that specific sector.
That's interesting. So you can really kind of tailor it to your outlook on different industries.
Precisely.
Okay, so we've got these different strategies, but even within a strategy, like say we're looking at growth funds, the excerpt points out that some funds still outperform others.
Yeah, for sure.
So what contributes to those differences? Like what makes one growth fund stand out from another?
Well, one of the biggest factors is the fund manager's expertise.
Okay. So it's not just about the type of fund, it's about who's actually running it.
Exactly. Think of it like, the strategy is the ship, but the manager's the captain.
Oh, I like that analogy.
Right. They're making all those day-to-day decisions that really make a difference.
So someone who's really skilled at picking stocks, managing risk, adapting to the market, all that comes into play.
Absolutely. And you can often get a feel for that by looking at their track record.
Yeah, like have they consistently made good calls in the past?
Right. And what's their overall investment philosophy? Do they tend to be more aggressive or more conservative?
So kind of like checking the captain's log, seeing where they've sailed before.
Yeah, exactly. Now, another thing the excerpt mentions is expense ratios.
Right. Those always seem to be in the fine print.
Well, they're important. They represent the fees associated with running the fund.
Okay.
So the lower those fees are, the more of your returns actually end up in your pocket.
That makes sense, yeah. So even a small difference in fees could add up to a lot over time.
Oh, absolutely. It's
Yeah.
like compound interest, but in reverse.
Ouch. So it's not just about finding the fund with the hottest returns. It's about finding one with reasonable fees, too.
Precisely.
So it's like, maybe you got two personal trainers, both have great reputations, but one charges an arm and a leg.
Right, exactly. You got to factor that into your decision.
Makes perfect sense. Now, we've talked about past performance, and I know it's not a guarantee of future results.
Of course not. The market's always changing.
But it can still offer some clues, right?
Yeah, if a fund has consistently performed well, especially across different market cycles, that's a good sign.
Like they've weathered the ups and downs.
Exactly. It could suggest a solid strategy and a skilled manager at the helm.
So looking at how a fund has performed in both good times and bad times.
Yeah, that's key. And it's also helpful to look at what the fund actually holds.
You mean like what companies they've invested in?
Exactly. Do those holdings align with broader economic trends? Like, are they positioned to benefit from growth in certain sectors?
So doing a little research on the companies themselves.
Yeah, it can give you a better understanding of the fund's overall approach.
This has been so helpful. I feel like I'm starting to see the bigger picture here.
Good. That's the goal.
It's not just about chasing the highest recent returns. It's about understanding all these different factors.
Exactly. And ultimately, your investment choices should align with your own financial goals.
Right. What are you saving for? Retirement, a house, your dream vacation.
Exactly. And how much risk are you comfortable taking on to reach those goals?
That's a great point. Everyone's situation is different.
Absolutely. So as you continue exploring these top-performing equity mutual funds, keep those things in mind.
That's fantastic advice. I think we all needed to hear that.
I hope so. It's all about making informed decisions.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today for this deep dive.
It's been a pleasure.
We've learned so much about equity mutual funds. It's been really insightful.
Glad to hear it.
And for everyone listening, keep exploring, keep learning, and make those smart investment choices.
Absolutely.
Thanks again for joining us.
Thanks.